Hey, would you happen to be Ironhide from the Bayverse? I guess not, from that glaring look you're giving me. Hey, it's cool. Hey, it's my bad. It's your Trailbreaker, okay? You don't have to go weapons hot on me. For today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at Transformers Earthrise, WFC Trailbreaker. And here is the box. And I'm going to take a few seconds looking over this, and we're going to get right into it. Here's Trailbreaker with the box art. I think this is really cool. Deluxe class. Earthrise, we already know. Galvatron, Transformers WFC, the usual. And on the back of the box, we got Trailbreaker, 18 steps into his vehicle mode, and that's it for the box. Let's get right into it. And here we have Earthrise Trailbreaker in his vehicle mode, and I'm going to be honest, I see this thing screaming 80s. You know, the colors all over the vehicle are screaming 1980, and that's very cool. I like the Autobot symbol there right on the hood. Very nice. I like to take a look at this weapon here real quick, and I think they did a better job with this one than they did with the Hoist one. Got that nice silver, and it got the black, and this peg does stick out a bit, but that's okay. That's just to make sure you can wiggle it off without somehow getting this thing stuck on his hand. So I'm okay with that, and it kind of blends in better since it's black. His hand is robot hand is going to be black, so it'll work out just fine. And it goes right here, right on top, like just from what I've shown. It's pretty cool. The detail on the wheels are pretty cool. We got the nice rims on the front on both, but on the back we got these, like they couldn't afford to give us 2 more hubcaps on either side, so I don't know what's going on with that. We got the four-wheel drive right there on the side of the vehicle. Is it on the other side? Yep, same there. And then on the back of the vehicle we have we got the tail lights, and then we got part of his legs sticking out. I like how they have this cover here, and this does come off. I just want to show this real quick. Now, let me get my finger under it. Yeah, right there. It just comes right off, just like that. And it can turn into like a shield because there's a 5mm peg right there for his attached to him. And then under here, we do have his weapons. They do fold up very easily, just like that. And then we got the, kind of hard to see from my view, but there we go. We have the laser pistol, I would assume, but I think this piece is the shield component. The equipment to create Trailbreaker shield from the 1984 cartoon from G1, which is pretty cool. And then there's one other thing I want to show. I'm gonna have to put this back on, and it just goes on just like this. So perfect. I have the satellite dish for Trailbreaker that came in the accessory pack from the Centaurian Hasbro Pulse set. So I thought that would be, actually like this is pretty cool. The only thing is, if you add this on, you have nowhere to go with this piece. There's nowhere else to place it on the vehicle. So you get to decide which one you want. And if you take this off, there's no port at all for either then. So I think that's pretty neat. I'm glad they added this in. So that being said, I have Trailbreaker next to his mold mate, Earthrise Hoist, and you can see that they did some retooling here for this mold, which is pretty cool. But I'm glad they were able to pull this off for us. We kind of figured when they announced they were going to release Hoist, we were going to get a Trailbreaker which is really cool. And they are pretty much the same size, side by side. And yep, they do get the front rims, but then the back, and also the back for a comparison, they get the cheapo ones in the back. So I don't know what's up with that. And then we got some like rusting, like battle damage for hoist, while Trailbreaker is not like that. And then on the front, I wanted to show these off together. We got the translucent blue over here for the headlights and the fog lights, while we got like more like this. I wouldn't say blue, like maybe like a darkish clear color. I'd say a dark blue maybe from my perspective. And then we got the headlights, and then we got silver fog lights right there. And the grills are pretty much the same thing. It's pretty neat. And then these pieces together are both translucent plastic painted over. So just be a cautionary tip there for the transformation and everything, so everything's on a hinge like that as well. So that's it for vehicle mode. Alright, so let's start that transformation. So you're going to come to the back, you're going to pull this off, set this to the side. You're going to come to the front, you're going to lift this up to get his arms at least out there like that. You're going to come to the back, and you're going to I'm going to put my thumb here, and I'm going to put my finger right here on his knee, and it's going to free his leg. And you got to make sure these tabs are out. This is a new toy, so everything's all stiff. You're going to free his knees, just like that. And what I got to do is readjust. He's going to be a little bit taller, so you have his legs there. And what you're going to do next, you're going to fold that out, fold that one out, bring this down, and you're going to adjust that just like that on a hinge. It's going to lock in just like that. Bring this down. There is a little tab right here. It's real hard to see, but my thumbnail is right on it. It comes down, goes right into this hole right there, and it'll lock into place just like that. And then, getting ahead of myself here, no pun intended. And I got Trailbreaker's head there. It needs to lock in. Should be fine there. Straighten out his arms. Come to the back. Bring this down. You're going to hinge this up just like the way I just did it. And then this piece right here, there's a little slot. Goes right on here. It'll lock in, and it'll be locking his chest because it came loose when I was moving him around. Adjust his arms. And there's Trailbreaker. And here we have Trailbreaker in robot mode. And you can take a look at, just want to take a look at his face sculpt real quick. And it definitely is G1 likeness right there. And that is awesome. Unfortunately, my copy has a little scratch there on his blue visor on the left side there. And I'm going to see if I can fix that then. But so far, that's the only little gripe I have with this figure. All the joints are super tight. The transformation works great. He's got the bicep swivel more than 90 degrees due to his transformation. His wrists do turn 360. And there we go. He does have shoulder up and down. He can't, well, yeah, he can with bringing this piece with him due to his transformation, how that all goes. His arms can't do a full 360 that way. His knees can do more than 90 degrees, and his knee is on a double joint there. He does have, this is probably tight, yeah, thigh swivel. Yeah, that's tight. Waist rotation, but that's due to, you know, his big stomach chest area, you know, kind of maybe, no, he gets under it all the way. Okay, never mind. that works. He does have the ankle tilt, which is pretty cool. And the only thing I notice is that every single time I shake this guy, one of these wheels is a little loose. This one. I'll see what I can do about that. That's nothing to really gripe about either, because overall the figure looks fantastic. I really did like the hoist figure, and I'm happy they did make a Trailbreaker. We knew it was happening. When they make a hoist, they're going to make a Trailbreaker. And if they make a Trailbreaker, they're going to make a hoist. Okay, so let's take a look on the back, and he does have this weaponry here, and we can bring up the we'll say laser rifle shoulder cannon thing. We're going to go with that. And then we got the shield equipment unit right here. They did in the G1 cartoons, which is pretty cool. And then also here is his backpack thing. And that can come back here. And let's see here. If I do this right, I think this can just go on just like that, and it can just hold up just like that if you want. If you want to do it. I mean, or, oh, yeah, I kind of, that's the only drawback when you pull on this. Let's see. Technical difficulties. So I was able to take a look at this with it on. It's pretty much, this thing becomes like a hinge. I didn't realize that. Just keep in mind, I just got this figure not too long ago. And this is how you can kind of keep these like in a backpack. And like, you know, it just looks like he's not armed and ready for a fight. And then this can fold down, and then both these weapons that are in technically storage can just fold right back up easily. And this just goes like that, which is pretty cool. That is awesome. I'm glad they added that little nice touch there for this figure. And next, we have this thing, his hand cannon, and this goes on his right hand. As to hoist goes, his goes on his left. So now he even looks more G1 with his hand cannon. And also, I already know there are gap fillers out there. I did get them for hoist, and I'll be doing a review on that soon to cover up this stuff. I'm hoping they make like a little darker, not because right now the ones they made are white, so we would need like this light gray kind of color, or off-white. It's kind of hard to tell from what I'm looking at. It looks like a gray. And I hope they make them, because I would definitely pick that up and fill in these gaps and make this guy a lot more whole. And hopefully they cover up this little spot in here too, and that'll make this figure whole. The feet are not really hollow. I think they did a great job on that, and they even got the 5mm ports, you know, the holes right here, which is pretty cool. All in all, so far, I really like this figure. And here I have Trailbreaker next to his mold mate, Hoist. And this is awesome to see the differences. Now we're going to start from the back, and then we're going to work our way to the front. So this is the back. Now Hoist is a tow truck, so his backpack is going to be a little bit different because it's more for a tow truck versus he doesn't want to stand all of a sudden. There we go. And then we got that back of the truck, you know, covering that we can fold these weapons in, even though this piece does, and it goes under this piece, but these fold in and go into a backpack, which is pretty cool. The rest of the figure is practically the same, just different colors. They're just different designs on the side doors. You can see on the side arms different, and then go on the front. They're very similar here on the front as well, besides their head sculpts. We got two very distinct head sculpts, and we're going to bring these guys as close as we can just to show that off. Very cool. And so far I've never really had a problem with either of these. I mean, the Hoist figure and just getting the Trailbreaker figure, same thing. He's fantastic. I'm glad they kept the mold right and just did some retooling for Trailbreaker and made him a fantastic figure. my final thoughts on Transformers Earthrise Trailbreaker. Honestly, I don't find anything bad about this figure. It is a Hoist remake slash retool. And I already went over everything about that, and I like all the aspects of what they've done with Hoist, brought it over to Trailbreaker, and then did the retooling for him. And I think a lot of these little minor upgrades that they did, I'm just going to put it at that, are fantastic. I'm happy. I was excited when they announced that Hoist officially was coming, not because we had a Hoist and they were, everyone was just saying we're going to get a Trailbreaker, but I was just holding out hope, and they did announce it, and here he is. And honestly, this is a fantastic figure, and if you are lucky enough to find one, pick it up. If you're a Transformer fan and you've been collecting the Earthrise line or even the Siege line, you'll definitely like this figure. I'm happy I am able to add it to my collection. And there's still more fantastic figures in this line to come. And then after that, we got Kingdom. So far, they are knocking it out of the park. I think this is a grand slam right here. The only minor thing is, and I'm not really going to knock the figure because I can fix that, is on right here where I showed earlier on my video that he has that scratch there on his visor there on the left side. I'm going to fix that, so then the figure is going to be perfect. So with that being said, this is a fantastic figure. Pick it up. You won't be disappointed. And that's all I got. So with that being said, please subscribe to my channel, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll be bringing more Transformer content very soon.